I got a bit of a dolly experiment today. I've got this gorgeous doll here, and I need to give her hair a good wash. I've given it one little wash, but I'm going to give it another one. I'm using the dolly shampoo that I have got from Retro Dolls. Mel is also the lady who runs DollyCon. She's very nice to speak to if you need to have a chat about anything. And I've got some styling spritz. Now, I've not actually used them up to now. I bought them, but I just never seem to get around to doing anything with the dolls. So I've given her one little rinse. She's got quite nice hair, but obviously years of play, years of sort of maybe sitting on the side, you do get dust, etc. So we're going to give her another little soak and a second wash. Now, my aim is I'm hoping to style it. I've not really got a clue regarding hair. So this is a bit of an experiment. So I don't need to reroute her, I want to say. Now, with the shampoo, I've noticed that's all you really need. So that's going to last you ages. Unless you're planning on washing a lot of doll's hair. But you can see we're getting some nice soaping up in just that short period of time. So this is just a bowl of warm water. So let's get her rinsed off. A bit more. One more maybe. And I'll just give it a good squeeze there. And I'm going to pop her down on one side. I'm going to move that bowl of water, so I don't want it in the way for a moment. And I think we need a bit of a comb here, but I'm going to use a conditioner. Now, I don't have a dolly conditioner. I know there is one you can get, but I haven't got one. So I'm actually going to just use bog standard conditioner that we've got. But again, I wouldn't have thought you need a lot. But again, it's not an experiment, so I have no idea. So I'm maybe about that, do you think? Rub it in and rub it through her hair. I'm hoping the conditioner is going to make it easier to get the comb through. I know it's not real hair, but it still has the same sort of idea to smooth it down, I think. And I've just got a basic little comb, and I'm just going to start from the ends and try and brush all this through. Like I say, most of my dolls have got wild and woolly hair like mine. But you can see the conditioner's going through it, right through to the ends as well. So that's promising. Because like I say, she's got quite nice hair, tiny, tiny, weeny bit of frizzing on the ends. I've got a bit of a lug there. And my theory is I'm going to use these pipe cleaners like you would use the hair curlers you can get for people. I don't know whether it's going to work. It should work. I'm hoping it's going to work. Let me turn it over so I can get some of the back. She's not really got any plugs missing. She's got a couple that are a little bit thin and a couple that have broken off, but it's not bad at all. Well, this conditioner's allowing this comb to go through nicely. So, oh, I just knocked my shampoo over. I think that's gone through quite well, actually. I've got another bowl of water here, so I'm going to rinse this off in a second. And then we're going to have a go at actually styling. So that's when I'm going to use this spritzy spray as well. So I'm going to bring this second bowl over and let's give her a rinse. Get this conditioner out. It feels soft, I must admit. I'm very elegant, aren't I? It's a good job I'm not a real hairdresser. It certainly feels a lot softer. All right, I think that's probably enough. I'm hoping that is enough. I think she's had a face wash at the same time. So we'll pop her back down and we'll move the second bowl of water. I'm not sure where I'm going to put it. I will put it on the floor down there because knowing me, I will knock it over. So let me just clean that comb out a bit and let's have a look what we've got. That's a lot smoother. I'll just knock the spritz over. I'm an absolute disaster zone most of the time. If something's going to get knocked over or broken, it's usually me that's about. Right, I think that's quite good. So now we've got to decide how these curlers are going in. My hair is maybe actually longer than the doll's, but it's not far off. So I think what I'm going to do is give it a little spritz, hoping this is the right way to use it. And give it a brush through so the spritz is all the way through. And let's have a look at actually, let me put this underneath her because you can't really see her hair, can you, on that grey? There we go. And let's decide where these are going to go. I think my first job is I'm going to split it in half. So let's take this parting down and we've got the 2 halves. I mean, look, turning our head to one side, looking at the amount we've got to work with, I think, so maybe about that much, or shall I do it in layers? I'm going to do it in the layers that her hair is actually in. I have noticed that this particular generation one, I think the company got really stingy as far as hair is concerned, because on some of my others, the older ones, they've got a lot more hair in between here. So like I say, I think they just got stingy somewhere along the line. Oh, it was some sort of cutback. Right, I think that's probably enough. I'm not quite sure, but we'll go with that. We'll go with that. So we're going to wrap some of these up. So I don't know whether to do them under or over. We will see. Perhaps I could do with some little end papers, you know, like they use for perming. That might be a good idea. So I'm just rolling them up. It's an experiment. I mean, if it doesn't work, I can always wash her hair out. And I'm just going to give it a little twist. And I'm hoping that's going to hold it. I think maybe that. I think that's a little bit too much. It's going to look lovely with all these in. Right, I went under, didn't I? I don't remember which direction I went. I suppose it doesn't matter. But she might end up with some very wild and woolly hair by the time I've finished. And we will tie it off. I think the only thing with pipe cleaners, I mean, these are not a bad colour, and she's a brunette, so we sort of get away with it. But I think if you've got a doll that's got light hair, I think you should really think, because I don't know whether the dye would come out of the pipe cleaners. I suspect there's a very good chance. Let me put the comb through that one. So if I was you, you try and find pipe cleaners that are similar colour to your dolls. Otherwise, you're going to end up, your blonde ones will end up with the blue or pink or whatever, because I've got all sorts of colour pipe cleaners. We're getting there. About that. I mean, it looks like I'm doing what? Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 6 plugs. 6 and a bit, that one, because it's going over there. About 6 plugs at a time. It's quite smooth because of the conditioner, I'm quite pleased to say. And I'm going underneath again. Let's see. This is an experiment. This is not a tutorial. This is just me playing about. So you can see it is holding quite well, I'm pleased to say. So let's move it around a little bit. That's where she's got a couple of broken ones, but I think we'll get away with that. So underneath. I don't know whether under or over would work better, because we'll just wash it again, as I've said, if it don't work. Or we'll put in a ponytail, which is what I do with mine if I can't get it to go where I want it to. She look very attractive in all these little bobbles on her head. I think that looks about right for the parting. The hair seems to be a lot thicker at the parting area, but I think they're all like that of this particular gen. I only noticed the massive difference was when I cut the hair. I got 2 dolls together, you'll have seen the video possibly, and I cut the hair off, and I just noticed how much hair one had got compared with the other one. Unbelievable difference. There we go. In we go, get another one. I think it's easy, yeah, just take it layer by layer. Now again, if you've got an older one, you're going to be there for ages, whereas this one's not too bad. I suppose I could speed this bit up for you. I don't know, do you want to watch it? You might do. It's been my first experiment of doing the videos in 2 halves as well, because obviously I have to let this dry. So I'm going to leave it overnight and then not re-video, because it's going to be another video, and do another video tomorrow, and then patch the 2 together. Wrapping it round. It looks very elegant, doesn't it, Sure? There we go. I think, oh, hang on. Let's get in there. Not quite sure what style it will be. I'm just hoping I'm going to get loads of curls. I'm sure some of you have done very similar out there, and I'm sure you'll let me know if you've got any suggestions. I'd be grateful to hear them. Right, I think we're round to the other side. I think we've done half. though she does seem to have an awful lot more hair on this side than on the other. I think that's some of the top. I'll still take that to one side as well. There's definitely a lot more hair there. Well, this is taking longer than I anticipated. So that's about half a head. I'm going to continue doing it. I'm going to stop the video there and we will have a full head. So by tomorrow when we take the video, you'll see that she's got the full lot in there. She looks a little bit like, I don't know what she looks like. It's like she's got snakes coming out of her head. So I'm going to carry on and I will see you later with hopefully dried hair, and we'll undo it and see what happens. I'm also going to do, in fact, I'll do one side. I'm going to use my spritz again. Just give it a little spray, and I'm hoping that's going to help set it. Again, an experiment there for me. So I will see you in a little while when we have dry hair, and we will see what we turn up with. Thank you for watching. I am back again with our Cindy second part. She's had these lovely little curlers in all day. She's had a nice bit of a spa treatment this morning, which you may have seen on some of the photographs I've done. And we're going to take these out and see what she ends up like. I've kept my scissors here just in case it's a nightmare, because I've just been making my little chunky cat. So I'll pop him back over there and let's go for it, shall we? Ooh, I don't know, that feels a bit damp. This has been, what, quite a few hours, overnight at least. Oh, you can see some curls coming. Woo! I think she might be a bit too curly, to be honest. But I've got a ribbon ready, just in case I need to tie her hair up. But it does just wash out. It's not the end of the world. I know some of you out there who've seen my pictures have said it does work. I don't think it's so much that it wouldn't work. I think it's whether I've rolled it correctly. Because, I mean, I know when I've put them in my own hair, if you don't curl them in the right direction, your hair sort of turns out a little bit odd. These are quite tight. Ooh, she's actually quite like that. We've got a couple of bits that want trimming, which I knew that. I should have really trimmed. In fact, look, I'm going to cut that little bit off now. I should have perhaps trimmed it before I curled it, because I was aware there was some frizzy ends, and I think it might have looked a little bit neater if I'd have actually done it. It's going to actually make her hair look quite short, I think. Oh, got a little tangle there. Oh, I quite like these. Wish my own did this. My hair is very averse to curling. It doesn't like doing it. Love to see curly hair, but heat treatment and all sorts, I always have a fight with mine if I want to get any curls. And if I get curls, they last all of 2 seconds. So this is looking good. You see how that end's a little bit raggy there? Maybe that wants a little trim. Don't know how long this lasts. I know a lot of you out there do a lot of styling and they're absolutely amazing. I'm not even worthy of what some of you are doing. So this is really my first experiment on something like this. And as it stands, I'm actually quite pleased. It's a nice curl. We're nearly there. I think some of them do feel a tiny bit damp though. But I would have thought, I think I did it yesterday tea time, what, we're mid-afternoon, second day now. I would have thought that it would have been a bit drier, but I suppose it is a synthetic product. It's not like real hair. And I might have actually got her wet this morning when I did the photographs in the little bath that she's got. I can't believe how much it's actually curled right to the root. It's not just, I think what I'll do is straighten these out, these little curlers, and I think I'm going to have to keep them, and I might try it on a couple of my other girls. I think the next one I have to risk is straightening, which is the reverse of what I'm doing obviously now. Because I've seen that some people are using various heating implements for this. I'm a little bit scared in case I burn the hair. But I'm sure if I'm careful, oh, that's got a little bit luggy, that one. I might have to separate it up a bit. It gives a bit of extra curl. But I think it's just those odd frizzy ends that, as I say, perhaps I should have trimmed them before. Or trim them as I go. Or, as I mentioned when I did this first part, actually maybe use something like perming curler ends, so as it would actually hold it in place. Gosh, it's taking as long to take it out as it took to put in. Oh dear, don't pull, that's not a good idea. Otherwise we end up tangling even more. That's the only thing, if I put a brush through this now, I dread to think what it should look like. Frizzy wouldn't be the word, would it? Just a couple more and we can have a look whether she's going to desperately need a hairband or a bobble or something, or whether we can get away with just lots of curly mops. How many more we got in there? As we get to the centre, she has got more hair, as we noticed yesterday, so it's getting a little bit harder to actually... Oh, look at that one. That one slid straight out, which is what I'd sort of anticipated. But clearly some of them don't want to do that. Let's see if this one does it. Sort of. No, do it slowly. Stop rushing. Poor Sindy here. Oh, see, that one came out really easy. Right, let's have a look at these mad curls. These are absolutely insane. Just look at that. Right, I don't think I dare put a comb through them. If I can sort of just tease them out a little bit. I mean, I can't find my tooth comb that I've got, so this has got a bit of an afro comb on the end of it. Let's see what happens. Oh dear, she certainly had a perm, hasn't she? I think because of the density of her hair, it doesn't work either, because it doesn't cover up the gaps. So I may have to, she might end up with a reroot at that. So I think we've gone a bit wild and woolly now. I sort of quite like that idea. I think that's quite cool. What do you think? I sort of quite like that. So yeah, it works. I think the spritz that I use from Retro Dolls has definitely sort of set it like a setting lotion, which is good. I'm going to have a bit of a play with it, but I think you could have really cute ponytails. That would look nice. Have a complete updo, curly updo. I think that would look good. Or if I can just sort of tease it down, take some of these ends off, which I'm just going to literally do that. Just neaten them off a little bit. You can see there's some little bits sticking out. But otherwise, I think that was a successful project. I just wish there wasn't so many gaps here, because it does show. Now it's curly. When the hair's down, that doesn't show. So I think it might be better off, it might work better with a doll with more hair or a rerooted doll. But it works. If I don't like it, it washes out. So I'm over the moon with that. So I hope you enjoyed my little sort of messing about. That might look quite nice. A little bit sort of, yeah, I think a case of a bit of a play around, maybe a couple of little clips. And I think I'll take some photographs of her later so everybody will be able to see it as well. So hope you enjoyed my bit of fun there. Please like, subscribe and share if you did. And please tick on that notification bell if you're wanting sort of information before it's time. And I'm now going to go and give her a bit of styling and maybe take some photographs to see what she looks like. So thank you for watching and we will see you soon. Bye.